Due to interest of time, Dr. Wunsch-Vincent, what do you think Korea's role in sharing and also playing a role in Asia in regard to internet economy? And I would like to have your last comment.
Yes. Let me speak about Asia, and let me conclude by saying what we will do the next 10 years.
Right.
Now, for me, Asia, what is going on is fascinating. It's fascinating. I've traveled a little bit around Asia, and for the OECD, Korea and Japan are the bridge to Asia, because this is where membership lies. So, to my mind, policymakers in the West and also citizens have to learn faster about Asia and what is going on. I think the dimension simply of what is going on in Asia, and increasingly also the interregional exchange. I don't think that there's a full understanding of this in the West, and I'm very happy that we can be here, first Ministerial, and we need to make this bridge urgently to increase mutual awareness. So Korea is helping in doing this by hosting the Ministerial, and I know that Korea will be continuing to be a very active member of our future work program, and I'm reassured on the highest levels that this will be the case. So we will profit from it, and we hope to be engaging more with other Asian economies. In terms of the future, this is where growth lies, Asia, and increasingly also exchanges between Asia and, I'm sounding like an economist now, but the decoupling from the Western economies in a way, the relationships between Asia and Latin America, Asia and Africa. This is not something that we knew about just a few years ago, and now it's coming up.
Wow. Wow. Dr. Jung, and your last comment will be, I'd like to ask you this question, you can conclude. Is our current administration, Lee Myung-bak administration, do you think they will put more energy and emphasis on the things which Dr. Wunsch-Vincent talked about, Korea's being a bridge to Asia?
Oh, it's a tough question. But
easy question.
Do you think so? I believe that the IT will energize the economy of Korea, and the Bill Gates visited Korea, and he promised to become one of the consultants of the Korea, and he will give us some kind of advisory person to give her some valuable advice to fulfill with the how to use the internet to our economy, and the advantage using the internet and the IT technology will be a great beneficial for us, I think so.
Great.
Mr. Moderator, before we close, may I just mention the two more issues about the next steps, and also trying to say how Korea will be involved?
Sure, that's very important. Please go ahead. Yeah.
I mentioned the 3 Cs, and I've explained a little bit the areas we will work on, and the ministers have decided on the Seoul, or will decide on the Seoul Declaration, and we will implement it. But there's 2 issues that I want to highlight in particular. One is the role for information technologies in solving solutions, providing solutions to the environment and climate change. And the governments have asked the OECD to be very active, and Denmark, who's hosting the climate change, UN Climate Change Conference next year, will help us organize a big event where we will invite Korea next year on ICTs and the environment. And I think nobody of us can ignore this topic anymore. It's so serious, and we have to follow it up with action. And this is where ICTs, beyond just creating economic growth, can provide successful solutions. And the other one that is very dear to me is sensors and networks, the Internet of Things.
Right.
This will be the second biggest item on our future work agenda, and we can learn a lot from Korea. The interesting thing about the Internet, and let me conclude with this, is the last ministerial was 10 years ago. So we should know a lot about the Internet because we studied it for 10 years.
Right.
But honestly, the Internet keeps on surprising us every day, even the experts, every day. And in a sense, if you want, 10 years ago, maybe we didn't know much less than today. So we have to keep track of this technology and work together in flexible ways, no international treaties necessarily, but flexible ways with governments and stakeholders to quickly understand, not to legislate always, but to come up with the appropriate solutions. involving stakeholders.
Wow. So you're talking about flexible global governance, conversions, and all. Wow. And much to be done, but certainly it will be an exciting future. Thank you very much.
I think so.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Dr. Chung.
감사합니다.
Few would disagree that our lives have improved immensely with the advancement of the Internet. However, key questions remain as to how we might be able to continue to taking advantage of the vast potentials of the Internet. Though every advancement has its setbacks and challenges, with greater international cooperation and dialogues like the recent OECD Ministerial meeting, hope increases that the global community together can make the Internet a tool that improves all our lives. This has been wunsch-vincent for In Focus. Thanks for joining us.